Nice controlled attack again from Ethan James. Fully concentrated, staring at Ben Fields. It's nice work again from that southpaw stance. He pops out that right jab and then lets the other punches go around it.
Yeah, he's dictating things at the moment, is James. Feels there's glimpses of what he should be doing. Again, trying to get up close to James to land the odd shot here and there. When he is in that position, when James is a southpaw, he's maybe got to try and land the left hook also on the inside. Yeah, he's making it rough and tough on the. That's all part of the game. The referee's having a little bit of a talk to Ben Fields, but that's what Ben Fields has got to do. He's got to make it scrappy and get up close to James and try and disrupt the rhythm. That's a bet. A little bit of injection of pace there you see from James, from Fields.
Left hand into the body there from Ethan James. And that's the end of the fourth round.
It's okay not to know. To wonder what that is.
You're right, mate.
To wonder what to do. After all, it's not our questions that define us. It's what we do with the answers. Because the more we learn, the closer we get.
Yeah. Does he go front? Yeah. And you know when he is? Yeah.
They're nice and confident
and you're working well to the body now.
Ethan James' corner. He was saying to James Conway that he thinks that Ben Fields' power has gone now. And the trainer himself was saying to Ethan James between rounds that they think he's there for the taking. So whether he starts to raise the pace a little bit in this round, Richie, we'll wait and see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I thought the best bit of advice in that corner then actually was his cornerman saying, don't take any risks. You know, cut these risks down, because when Ben Fields is up close, that's when he's dangerous and he's making it scrappy, and that's when the odd shot can get through. He's got to box and concentrate at mid and long range here for me, as Ethan James, and he shouldn't be having anything to do with Ben Fields on the inside, because that's when you're going to bring Fields into it.
It was being described as the bull versus the matador before the fights. Turned out that way. Typical Ethan James night in many ways. Asking a lot of questions of his opponent. Difficult to find. He has been caught by that one shot, but not too many of them. It is the kind of test, though, that he needs, Richie, if he's going to step up the rankings. A competitive fight like this against Ben Fields, who doesn't want to take a backward step.
Absolutely, it's a good test for him, because although he's boxing very, very well and physically he's doing some good stuff in there, Ethan James, it's the kind of contest that tests you mentally as well. So you've got to keep the concentration throughout the contest. You can't afford to relax and take your eye off the ball here. Ben Fields, dangerous man. And you know, you're in an 8-rounder, and it's the type of contest where you can be 7 rounds up, but Fields, he's there, he thinks he can win, he's trying to get close, edging forward and looking for that big punch.
Ideally, that's where Ben Fields wants to get Ethan James back on the ropes if he possibly can, but he's very, very good at slipping away from there, getting back into centre ring and then starting to pop out the jab again. It must be so demoralising when you spend so long in a fight chasing somebody down just to try and land that one big shot that can turn it round for you.
But that's what he'll be hoping for, Ben Fields. He will have prepared for this. He probably knows he's going to be, he's going to be losing the contest on points. The only way he'll win is by a stoppage, and he's always in with a shout. Fields is strong, he's tough, keeps coming forward. He's just got to try and bring James onto one. But James at the moment concentrating, boxing very well. And the referee's he's had enough, hasn't he? So he's had enough here about the head, I think.
So the warning administered by Michael Alexander. Ethan James continues to switch between orthodox and southpaw. He seems equally effective both ways, equally confident both ways.
Believe it or not, Flex, this is the type of approach that Fields should be doing now. Fast head movement, putting a bit more pressure on, making things a little bit more difficult for Ethan James.
Well, there's lots and lots of endeavour from Ben Fields, but the better work, significantly, is coming from Ethan James at the end of yet another round. And we're going to see Andrew Kane of Liverpool next, unbeaten as a professional. And he's up against the Argentine Pablo Ariel Gomez in a 10-round fight for the vacant WBC International Super Bantamweight title. The Super Bantamweight's dominating proceedings here at the Telford International Centre tonight.
It's going to waste energy, okay? So be ready for him. Just get offline and pick them shots. When nothing's happening, keep that jab in his face. Right up step, left up step, okay? Let's have a round really lateral here, yeah? And don't neglect the ball.
Move the shoe shine.
So round 6 of 8, Ben Fields quickly out of his corner and trying to land an early shot, maybe trying to catch Ethan James before he finds the rhythm.
A good start again from Fields, with a different start. Maybe this was the plan all along.
Take it late and then lift the tempo.
Exactly. Take the sting out the shots from his opponent and then come on late. What's important for Ethan James here, though, Fletch, is he's got to avoid going back to the ropes. He's got to punch, move, step back once, then go around and try and hold that centre and boxing ring space. That's better from Ethan James. He's got to stay off the ropes and out of the corners, because that restricts your movement, and that will give Ben Fields more of a chance to land shots, because your feet come square, you see. That's a cracking shot there from Fields. Dangerous left hook.
The kind of punch that he needs to land more of. In the 6th round here, the Nathan Heaney fans around us finding their voices. Andrew Kane against Pablo Ariel Gomez next, then Jason Cunningham against Terry Le Couviour, and finally tonight Nathan Heaney against Diego Ramirez. This one's all about Ethan James from Northampton against Ben Fields of Birmingham. There's a bit of blood coming from the nose of Ethan James. They were working on that between rounds. It's getting a little bit rough in there as well. It's what Ben Fields has to do, and it's something that James has got to deal with in there.
Yeah, it's going to sort of what Ben Fields, this is how he wants to box. He wants to make it scrappy. Who knows, Ethan James may pick up a nick on the eye. It's that type of contest when they're in close. That's better from James. I think James has got to forget the singles now, maybe 2s and 3s, and then move the feet again. Fields seems to be walking through the single shots.
Final minute of the 6th round. There's still no shortage of desire from Ben Fields, who's found it hard to pin down Ethan James. He's had to work hard for everything in there tonight. He's got that damage around the nose to deal with as well. He knew that this was going to be his biggest test as a pro, and it's turning out that way. It's a tough test in there for him against a tough man, a very determined fighter opposite him in Ben Fields.
Well, I think Ethan James, for all the skills that he's got, he's brought Fields right into this. He's holding his feet a lot more, and that's allowing Fields to work away. And Fields, I think, has planned for this sort of contest late on, and it's making things interesting now. This is testing Ethan James.
There's a little grin on the face of Ben Fields as he's managed to draw Ethan James into that. Maybe he goes back to his corner and just thinks, we just might be in a situation here where it can come my way.
Exactly, I think over the last couple of rounds, Ben Fields has boxed his fight. And he's brought Ethan James onto shots. There's that left hook there. And there's damage also out on the nose of Ethan James. Have a look at it again. There it is there, look. His feet come a little bit square. We spoke about that earlier from Ethan James. James is winning, don't get me wrong, but now he's being tested.
Lollipop, I want to see it, right? Show some man.
Apologies for the language. Sean Cogan, though, wants some man stuff, so I think we know exactly what's coming from Ben Fields. There's a man who's going to be top of the bill at Pride Park, where he's always wanted to be, on the 21st of May, when he fights for a world title. Zach Parker, who's with us tonight. What a big night that's going to be.
Yeah, amazing talent as well. Talented kid, and that's going to be his fight of his life, really, against Andre. He can't wait.
It's going to be a fascinating night, fascinating fight, top of the bill. We'll probably see Ethan James on the undercard as well. That's coming together nicely. Demetrius Andrade against Zach Parker. That's all to come in May tonight. And it's all about these fights we've got here in Telford, and this is turning out to be a good workout for Ethan James against a very determined man in there in Ben Fields, who's still got plenty left in the tank in the 7th round of 8 here at super lightweight.
Yeah, it's a good test now for James. It's important that he boxes with 2 and 3 shots and then moves the feet and goes around Ben Fields, and at the same time then get those hands up nice and high, up to the temples when he is moving around his opponent. But yeah, he's got to concentrate here. 2 rounds left, and Fields has had a little bit more success the last couple of rounds because he's dragged Ethan James into a toe-to-toe scrap.
Nice work from James there. Big suck of air from Ben Fields, whose mouth's hanging open. He's had to work really hard in there. He's done a lot of chasing tonight without a great deal of success, but he's still in there with a minute and a half to go in the 7th round. Swinging away, trying to land a shot that can turn it his way. Did get through with the right there as well, Ben Fields.
Nice little left uppercut to the body there from Ethan James. Fields felt that one.
Yeah, stuck an uppercut in there as well, didn't he, Ethan James? He's tired in there, Ben Fields now. He's got to dig deep, hasn't he, Richie? Final minute of the 7th.
But he's that type of boxer, Fields. He goes through stages in a contest where you think he's tired, and he comes through it, gets a second wind, and then he bursts into life again. That's why it's a good learning fight for Ethan James here. He's been tested, and he's coming through it up to now. He's just got to watch what he's doing on the inside. Fields has more success when he's up close, remember. So Ethan James got to keep that guard up. Occasionally just drops the hands too low for me on the inside, and that's when he may get caught.
The Fields corner continue to bellow encouragement to their man. There's a left hook to the body from James. Fields with his head on the chest of Ethan James, trying to find the room to land a shot. Swung the right hand in there and just missed. He got the left through.
Oh, lovely that was. That was lovely stuff there from James. Punching as he's going back. That was excellent stuff.
Lovely little combination to end the round there from Ethan James. Just when you thought that Ben Fields had got himself in a position to let the punches go. Here it is, Richie.
This was cracking, it really was. He takes a couple of shots, but he's punching as he's going back, which is difficult to do, and hitting the target. So he's maintaining the gap as his opponent's coming forward. He's moving backwards, maintaining the gap and hitting the target. That's good boxing on the back foot.
Quality work, that, wasn't it? Quality work.
You're enjoying yourself. I know what you're doing, yeah?
The corner there saying he's enjoying himself, James Conway. They've been nice and confident all the way through.
Nice and sharp on that jab. More. Nice and sharp on that jab. Change the angle. Let's go last minute, yeah? Yeah, last minute, enjoy it. But stay safe, please. All right?
Stay safe, please. That's the final thing that was said to Ethan James. He needs a big last round, Ben Fields. There's no doubt about that.
This is the time of the contest where James has got to concentrate most of all, because you know Ben Fields is just going to come, he's going to throw everything at it to try and force the stoppage, the one shot. That's what he'll be looking for. Here he comes.
Whatever is left in the tank of Ben Fields is about to be emptied. Final round of 8, super lightweight. The boxer Ethan James against the man who's come forward all the way through, and he's had to take a fair few shots on the way in to try and get him raised to throw his own stuff, Fields, and he's been brave throughout. Seen some lovely little cameos, though, from Ethan James. There's some high-quality work in there.
Making things awkward as a southpaw again, but just got a clip. Just had a reminder there of that left hook from Fields. But again, because he's a southpaw, it just makes it difficult for Ben Fields to come forward and try and land that right hand over the top. Because Ethan is just holding his feet or just moving back.
If he can get through this round, Ethan James, he's on course to fight Conor Parker in Derby. Eliminator for the English title, Billy Allington, the English champion at the moment, so he's got a bigger night ahead of him if he can get through this final round.
Well, it's been a great workout for him if he can get through it. It's not over yet, and Ben Fields is still going for it, but lovely boxing. That was a lovely uppercut there on the inside from James again. Some quality work from him, finding the target, and Ben Fields is there, giving it back as well. Excellent stuff.
Excellent stuff from the pair of them. Great heart shown by Ben Fields. Stuck at it brilliantly against the slick boxer from Northampton, Ethan James. Lovely left uppercut that he just managed to sneak through the guard there. And another one in there too that just forced the spray to shower off the head of Ben Fields. They said enjoy yourself in the final minute. Well, he's into the final minute now, Ethan James, so we'll see whether he's got any kind of big finish plan.
And again, exciting stuff from both boxers, Fletch, because they're both there to be hit. You know, they're both feeling the pace now. Fields is coming forward. James is landing the better shots in this round up to now, but you know Fields is just looking for the one shot. Still time, and he's still in there.
Still knows he's got the money punch if he can land it. He's got 30 seconds to try and find it. Ethan James continues to let his hands go. There's a good shot that got through. That's